The ceramic mug slipped from my hand the instant Caleb's voice cracked over the phone. In 8 months together, I'd never heard him sound so shaken.
Emma.
I need you to hear something, he said. His usual steady tone fractured. My stomach knotted as coffee pooled across the linoleum of our modest Chicago apartment kitchen. But I couldn't move. What's wrong? I whispered, gripping the phone like a lifeline. A rustle. Then my mother's voice filled the line, not speaking to me, but about me. The same honeyed tone she reserved for private moments she thought I couldn't hear. Since Lauren is getting married first, which really isn't fair, your sister should at least have her moment. Emma can walk second. My father's low agreement followed like a judge's gavel. Lauren will wear the wedding gown and lead the procession. It's only right for our firstborn. The phone trembled in my fingers. Black swam at the edges of my vision as childhood memories crashed in, vivid and raw. My 10th birthday, the chocolate cake Mom insisted on despite my severe dairy allergy, because Lauren loves chocolate so much. I sat watching my sister blow out my candles while I clutched an empty plate, forcing a smile so no one felt uncomfortable. In middle school, my straight-A report card vanished into a drawer while Dad proudly displayed Lauren's colorful finger paintings on the fridge. Now this shows real talent. The worst came in high school. I walked in on Lauren lounging in a silk robe on my boyfriend's couch. She laughed when he dumped me the next day. He finally saw which sister was worth it. My valedictorian speech? Practiced for months in front of the mirror. But my parents' seats sat empty. Lauren's dance recital took priority. We couldn't disappoint her, Mom explained later, as if my achievement was optional. Caleb was the first person who truly saw me. We met at a cozy independent bookstore in Lincoln Park when he stepped in front of a rude customer refusing to leave me alone. The lady said she's not interested, he said calmly. Steel beneath the politeness. At 36, he was confident, protective without smothering, and he saw every manipulation my family threw at us. Our wedding was meant to be simple, a ceremony at a historic venue in Springfield, Illinois, then a honeymoon exploring the vineyards of Napa Valley. Nothing flashy, nothing they could twist, but they insisted on meeting Caleb alone to welcome him properly. Dread crawled up my spine. Yet Caleb suggested he go solo, with a hidden digital recorder, just in case. His quiet strength gave me courage I never knew I had.
Now.
Alone in our kitchen with coffee soaking my socks, I stared at the recorder he'd mailed me. My finger hovered over play. What fresh theft were they planning this time? I pressed it. Lauren's voice sliced through the speaker like breaking porcelain. I always assumed I'd marry first. It's not fair. A chair scraped. Mom's familiar gardenia perfume seemed to waft through. Of course it isn't, darling. But we can make it right. You'll have your own cake. Professional photos. A special first dance. Dad cleared his throat. Whatever it takes for our eldest. The Grand Plaza has the premium package. White roses everywhere. A champagne fountain. And the dress? Already handled. That designer in Chicago owes me. Fabric rustled. Teacups clinked. The blue and gold set reserved only for Lauren's visits. Emma won't mind once it's happening, Lauren said confidently. She always steps aside. Mom laughed softly. We've always protected Lauren's feelings. Emma understands. Dad's checkbook snapped open. This happens our way. No one questions it if we frame it right. Aunt Linda might fuss, but she'll fall in line. The recording ended. My lungs seized. I fumbled for the faded photo on the fridge, 10-year-old me in a party hat, standing alone beside that forbidden cake while Lauren beamed. It was never love, it was hierarchy. Decades of being the afterthought. The flexible one. The reliable supporter. My phone buzzed. Caleb's voice was gentle. I heard it too. They're trying to hijack our wedding. What if we let them think they're succeeding, he suggested. My friend Mark runs high-end event security. Sarah would document everything. We play along, gather proof, then expose it. The idea burned like fire in my gut. They expected the old Emma, the pushover. But 33 years of watching their playbook had taught me everything. I met Caleb 20 minutes later. The spare room became our war room. Whiteboard filled with timelines and contingencies. Sarah arrived quickly. Tell me you're finally fighting back. That little girl in the photo deserved better. This time, she wouldn't stand alone. The following weeks blurred into calculated performance. Lauren's texts flooded my phone. Photos of herself in increasingly elaborate white gowns with cathedral-length veils. Just testing options for your big day. Each message landed like a slap. My body learned to brace for the next hit. Caleb stayed neutral when relaying Mom's call. She's upgraded us to the Grand Plaza for more space. Dad already signed. The venue cost triple our original budget. Relatives casually mentioned Lauren's special surprise during calls, convinced they were subtle. Caleb mirrored their mannerisms perfectly during vendor meetings, concerned head tilts, self-important nods, gathering more recordings. Family dinner tested our resolve. Lauren cornered me near the appetizers. Picked bridesmaid dresses yet? Hope they're not white. That would clash with mine. I kept my voice innocent. You mean your bridesmaid dress? Her fork trembled. Panic flashed before she recovered. That night, Sarah paced our living room in outrage while Mark studied venue blueprints. Guards here and here. No white dress for Lauren, period. Our wedding planner Lisa shook her head but grinned. I've never seen drama like this. But I love a solid contingency. Cousin Jennifer recorded notes. I'll make sure everyone knows the truth later. Caleb took Lauren sampling mid-range options while I monitored their social media stories. She wrinkled her nose at tasteful decor. Don't you have something more premium? Parents' responses flooded the group chat. Only the best for our girls. The secret spreadsheet climbed past $35,000, all documented. All funneled through our budget. Doubt crept in one sleepless night. Are we stooping to their level? Caleb pulled me close. They're trying to erase you. We're protecting what's ours. Without lies. Just letting their true selves show. His belief anchored me. We added a photo display highlighting past stolen moments, my empty graduation seats, Lauren announcing her short-lived engagement at my college party. The night before the wedding, Aunt Linda called. Is everything okay with you and Lauren? She's acting strangely. I answered with newfound calm. Everything's fine. I want everyone to witness tomorrow. Holding the childhood photo, I whispered to the girl inside. Tomorrow, I stand up for you. Morning arrived with sunlight streaming across the bridal suite at the Grand Plaza. Security took positions. Mark coordinated. Target likely arrives east entrance. No white dress allowed, ever. Sarah wove pearls into my braid. How are you this calm? I touched the matching recorder in my lap. I knew what was coming. Mom swept in wearing lavender chiffon. Smile strained. When does Lauren arrive? We need to coordinate the processional. I kept my tone light. There's only one bride today.
Mom.
One processional. Her face hardened. Chaos erupted in the hallway, raised voices. Clicking heels. You can't be serious. This is my sister's wedding. I'm wearing this whether you like it or not. Mark's steady voice. Ma'am. There's already a bride inside. No other white gown permitted. Mom rushed out. Through the cracked door, I glimpsed Lauren in full bridal regalia, satin gown. Professional photographer trailing. This is outrageous. Mom shouted. It's a family tradition. Aunt Linda's Alabama drawl cut through. What tradition? I've attended every family wedding for decades. Never heard this nonsense. Guests murmured. Why is Lauren in a wedding dress? Phones clicked. Dad appeared. Bow tie askew. Emma. Chelsea, Lauren is upset. I should check on her. I stood, dress whispering, "Dad, are you walking me down the aisle or not?" He glanced toward the noise. "I should help your sister first. That's your choice." I turned to the planner. "He just said I shouldn't be the one marrying today." Sarah gasped. Jennifer started recording. Bridesmaids formed a protective circle. Caleb entered, dashing in his tux. "I'll walk you." "Emma." Mom returned with the manager. "This is discrimination. We paid for this." The manager stayed professional. "Contract specifies one bride. One processional." Through the window, Lauren collapsed dramatically on the pavement. White train pooling. Cameras flashing. Dad tried reaching her, but Uncle Robert and others blocked him. "Bill, what exactly are you doing?" Mom clutched Aunt Susan. "We just wanted Lauren to have her moment too. She's always been so fragile." Aunt Susan recoiled. "In a wedding dress? At her sister's wedding?" Aunt Linda's voice iced over. "You've been stealing Emma's moments her whole life and handing them to Lauren?" The hour blurred. Caleb's steady arm as we processed down the aisle amid whispers and flashes. Lauren and my parents quietly escorted out. At the reception, I raised my glass. "To family, the one that chooses you, not the one you're born into." Notifications buzzed angrily for my parents. I read them slowly, savoring calm. Caleb collected evidence from our circle. Then, in a quiet corner, he played the original recording over speakers for gathered relatives. Mom's voice. "Lauren should wear white. Emma won't mind. She never does. Lauren, I deserve the attention more. I'm the firstborn." Gasps rippled. Grandmother's voice trembled. "I've never been so ashamed." A new family chat excluded them. Evidence uploaded. Checks. Texts. Photos. Relatives shared memories. "Remember Lauren showing up in white at Emma's graduation?"
Support poured in.
"We failed you.
Emma.
We're sorry." Mother's calls escalated. "How could you humiliate your sister?" I sipped champagne, letting the bubbles steady me. The quartet played softly as Aunt Linda raised her glass in solidarity. Dad's messages followed. "Do you know how much we spent? You're ungrateful." Lauren's texts, crying emojis, inheritance threats, accusations of selfishness. I typed one final message. "What happens when you try stealing what was never yours? You lose everything. Enjoy the consequences." Then I blocked them. Caleb smiled. "Ready?" We gathered close allies. The recording replayed fully. Grandmother declared, "That ends today." Chelsea Lauren sent a desperate group text. "Caleb only chose her because I turned him down last Christmas." Caleb screenshot it calmly, framing this one. The reception became genuine celebration, dancing, toasts, laughter without tension. For the first time, I felt unconditional warmth from those who stayed. 3 days later, preparing for Napa, I powered down my phone. Sarah reported Lauren's friends distancing themselves as the story spread. "Sometimes the best revenge is refusing to let them take anything more," I told Caleb. We drove away, leaving the wreckage behind. After the honeymoon, returning home felt lighter. Activating phones brought supportive messages, garden photos from Aunt Linda, funny kid stories from Jennifer, check-ins from Uncle Robert. Grandmother's letter brought tears. The lake house left to me, to restore what should have been equal. Lauren announced her engagement a month later with dramatic timing and lengthy captions. Mom attempted reconciliation via 20 missed calls. Caleb filed screenshots into a toxic family folder for potential legal protection. Friends gathered in our backyard. To chosen family. Jennifer confessed she'd started setting boundaries with her own parents. "You showed it's possible." I joined a support group, sharing my story. Others found courage from it. Running into Mom at the grocery store, I met her eyes. "I'm not available for that relationship anymore," then walked away without guilt. Caleb gifted me a delicate gold key necklace on our anniversary, You always had the key to your own happiness. 2 hallway frames reminded us daily. Our wedding photo with loyal faces, and Lauren's accusatory text printed elegantly, a testament to what we escaped and built. Ordinary days followed: work meetings, friend gatherings, unpacking honeymoon souvenirs. The tightness between my shoulders had vanished. Notifications no longer triggered dread. We created new traditions: quiet mornings with perfect coffee, weekend drives exploring Illinois countryside. The support group met Thursdays in a sunlit community room. Hearing other stories of favoritism and boundary setting reinforced my growth. One evening, 3 women approached afterward. Your courage gave me strength to speak up. Lauren's attempts faded. Occasional indirect family updates filtered through relatives. But we stayed detached. The lake house became our sanctuary. Weekends there brought peace I never knew growing up. Caleb and I planted a small garden, symbolizing roots we chose. 1 year after the wedding, friends raised glasses again. Sarah toasted love and chosen bonds. Back home, pausing before our hallway frames each morning grounded us. The wedding gift that mattered most wasn't material, it was the freedom we claimed, boundary by boundary. Looking forward, we planned quietly, perhaps starting a family when ready, surrounded by those who truly celebrated us. The little girl who once watched her candles blown out by someone else now lit her own path. No longer invisible. The family that tried to diminish me instead revealed their truth, freeing me to build something real. And in quiet moments, I wondered how many others carried similar invisible weights. My story wasn't just revenge, it became quiet inspiration. Every boundary set rippled outward. The coffee mug that shattered that fateful morning marked not an ending, but the first crack in chains I no longer wore. We turned from the past towards sunlit futures, one honest step at a time. The most powerful lesson? Some daughters don't break. They rise, and in rising, they redefine everything.